You are wasting your youth on the grind. I'm guilty of it too. I'm going to show you how to escape wasting your best years without giving up on your dreams so that you don't look back when you're 55 and wish you'd actually lived a little. I'm Marcus. I've worked with teams that have advised for Nike, Under Armour, Mindvalley, Founder, and more, and I've tried nearly every side hustle under the sun. I've also failed more times than I can count at actually trying to escape my 9 to 5. Felt like escaping was impossible, and I battled with the feeling that I was pouring so many hours into it that I was wasting my life away. Basically, I'll break down 5 real ways to hustle smarter that work, because I've done it, while still enjoying your life. So if you felt torn between grinding harder or actually living your life, this is for you. But before we go through the list, there's a big problem that everybody needs to be aware of: hustle culture. First, I just want to say that it's totally okay and cool to grind on a side hustle. In fact, you probably should, but don't forget to enjoy your life as well. I'm 26 years old, and I feel like the time since I graduated college has just fucking blown by me. I've lived in San Diego, New York, some of the best parts of Florida, and I've lived in these places, but I mostly just worked in these places. I'd wake up, work out, go to work, come home, and grind on projects till I went to bed, thinking that it was the right way to get ahead. Yet 4 years later, I've got very little to show for it. Looking back, it feels like most of my time spent in these places was wasted on the grind, and the grind wasn't worth missing out on great experiences. I don't regret it because I learned a lot, but this feeling of wasting my youth is something that just could have been easily avoided. Unfortunately, here's the big problem. There's such a strong pro-hustle culture that tricks you by tapping into aspirational and motivational language, and it's a huge fucking problem, and it feels like nearly nobody sees it. Your favorite influencers and social media pages exploit your belief that the grind is honorable and the only way to make it in this world, and that's just because they profit off of it. And this is a thing inside and outside the traditional 9 to 5 and side hustles. We're so consumed by what our idols are telling us, we've validated them with follows, and if somebody has a lot of followers, well then they must be right? At least that's what we are all tricked into believing. They're seen as a primary source, so we trust them and we feed into their messaging, believing that it's right. But just because someone has a bunch of followers doesn't necessarily mean that they're right. They're just better at capturing others' attention than most people. What I'm getting at here is that only you can determine what's right and what's wrong for yourself. I don't think that the grind is bad if you're trying to escape the 9 to 5 life. It's really the only way to do so. It only becomes bad if you start to overwork yourself and close yourself off. If you're burnt out, depressed, in a bad mental state, or exhausted, you're not going to produce your best work, and it's only going to hurt more than help. It's important to grind, but it's more important to remember to still enjoy your life. So what you're looking for is balanced fulfillment. So what is balanced fulfillment? Balanced fulfillment means nurturing all major dimensions of your life so that they align with your core values: your relationships, work, health, and meaning or purpose. I believe that your meaning or purpose should align with your side hustle. And I'll get more into that in a sec, but this checklist that I'm gonna share is for people trying to find balance between the side hustle grind and enjoying your life. And it's nice because it is pretty low effort. But if you haven't started a side project and want to, but don't know what you should do, the checklist will address that too. 1. Set clear boundaries between work and life. Define what enough means for you. Also, side note, well, I'm clearly recording this after I shot the video, but I'm just gonna include videos of Japan because I think it's cool as the background, so enjoy. To succeed at whatever you're doing, all you need is 1 undisturbed hour a day. If you have more than that, remember to set a cap on the amount of hours that you work each day. Decide on a time of day you can consistently work on your side hustle without being interrupted. Schedule at least 1 side hustle free day per week to enjoy yourself. It'll give you a chance to 1, have fun, and 2, reset and avoid burnout. Avoid busy work, aka tweaking your website endlessly, over-researching, etc. Now, this next point is for those who are struggling to pick a side hustle or are working on something but don't find it fulfilling. 2, make sure your side hustle is actually enjoyable. Now, this video is not about helping you decide on a side hustle, though it is important to assess the state of your side hustle. Your side hustle should align with a skill that you're good at or learning, what you can be paid for, and what you love. Personally, I'm very drawn to Japanese culture, and this forms what the Japanese call your ikigai, or a reason for being. It'll make your side hustle feel less like a side hustle or a grind and more like a passion project that you just so happen to get paid for, which also helps in making you feel like you're not wasting your time or your youth by working on it because it aligns with your interests or values. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. Would you do this side hustle even if you weren't getting paid for it for the first 6 months? And if it feels like you're dreading working on it, or it's always so hard to focus on it, is it the right hustle, or do you need a pivot? Now, the next point is for becoming more energized, creative, and silencing your negative thought stream. 3, keep your social life intact. The power of in-person social interaction is so downplayed in today's society where social media is celebrated. Your mental health suffers if you constantly close yourself off to others to work. Personally, I felt this constantly the past few years, but I noticed that once I had some social interaction or social fun, I felt like I hit the reset button. So, commit to at least one social event per week where you don't talk about work. Talk to your friends or family once a day. It could be on the phone, video games, in person, but preferably in person. And ask yourself, am I skipping out on sleep or fun for marginal gains? If yes, realign. You'll feel the mental benefits right away. Focus, energy, creativity, and less bad thoughts. Now, the next point is for if you are struggling with success or teetering between continuing your side hustle or dropping it. 4, set defined milestones. Knowing when to continue, pivot, or drop your side hustle is essential. I tried to get into e-com and Amazon FBA, but made zero progress and stuck with it for way longer than I should have. But I was resistant to pivot or drop it because of the I'm not a quitter, 6 inches from gold mentality. It just wasn't clicking for me, and I wasn't interested in it at all. It made me feel like I just wasted so much time. So to avoid this, when will you consider this side hustle successful? Define a concrete goal. And if you aren't hitting any key milestones in 6 to 12 months, will you pivot or drop it? Avoid the trap of working endlessly without a clear checkpoint for success or failure. There's no statistics behind this, but feeling like you're unsure where to go next or how to make decisions has to be one of the top reasons why people fail. Set some milestones and you will feel a resurgence of purpose and motivation. You will feel like you actually have a road to follow and will always know what direction you need to go in. Now, the next and final point is the most important. If you feel like your side hustle requires all your free time, or you feel stuck because you can't do anything else besides work on it or else it won't work, all you need to do is dissect how you can free up your time. 5, automate, delegate, or simplify. Create systems to maximize your time. Keep systems as simple as possible to minimize wasted effort. Are there any repetitive tasks that you can automate with AI, templates, tools, etc.? And can you outsource low impact work to, let's say, cheap virtual assistants for admin tasks? Working to escape your day job is the smart thing to do, but depending how you go about it, it can feel like you're deleting years of your life. To avoid wasting your youth on the grind, maximize productivity and fulfillment, minimize regret. So if you want to learn more about attention, self-understanding, and designing a different destiny, you could subscribe. Appreciate you all.